Welcome to Post, a SHOWstudio little panel that we create to give you the possibility of listening to some expert reaction to a show in 5-7 minutes time. So we just discussed the Valentino Spring-Summer 19 couture show from Paris. It happened live, we discussed it live. And I kept my panel to ask them what did they really think about it? Did they like it as much as everybody liked the one of last season, and why?
Well, personally, I really did enjoy that show for many of the same reasons that I've enjoyed his couture for the past 2 seasons. Especially from what we saw last season, the emotional response from critics, journalists. Many explained that the front row was crying. He got a standing ovation, as you brought up. It really doubles back and reminds me even of some of my favorite couture shows, specifically being Raf's Spring 2013 couture for Dior. And the first show note in the press release that came with that show was that he aspired to bring emotion back to fashion and really move his audience. And I was so moved just by hearing that, and consecutively watching the show, I felt many of the things that he was explaining in the release, and maybe since that show I haven't experienced that with much of the couture that we've seen. So it's really nice to have a highlight now of Couture Week with Pier Paolo and what he's been working on.
I adored the show. I thought it was a real honest body of emotion. The colours just kind of sang out from the kind of muted environment that it was in, and I loved the accessibility of all the pieces, and just the way that there was a whole range from kind of ready, not ready to wear, but kind of accessibility, though day wear clothes as opposed to kind of just evening gowns, and I think that's really relevant and really important in the modern day of couture.
I'm not a couture expert, but the show made me think that it was a celebration of ethnic diversity being where it is today, not only with Naomi closing it, but having a lot of beautiful East African, Nubian-looking women wearing these amazing, rich, expensive-looking gowns, which is very juxtaposed to like our history. It was very powerful and evoked some emotion within me, and reminded me of pictures that I've seen that my dad showed me growing up, because he's very, very Afrocentric, of the women who got favored by the white men who owned slaves, not because they were racist, but that's because what they did in the time, and they often fell in love with them, and they were almost their mistresses, but they had a better life than a lot of like the field slaves, a lot of the other house slaves, and they were often dressed in dresses. Like the evening gowns that I saw there was reminiscent of that for me. So it was playing on that, but in like a celebratory way. Like, we're here now, this is what we're doing, it's all inclusive. And the day wear is, I don't know, if I was a girl, I'd wear a lot of that stuff. It was cool, I liked it.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you guys for your lovely comment. And as for me, I absolutely loved the show. I've been loving what Pier Paolo has done, but also what he was doing with Maria Grazia. I've been loving couture Valentino shows for some time. I think it's getting better and better. I feel like all this success and this emotion that everybody talks about around his work are making him even more emotional and even better. And you can see the models are moved, and they can't wait to do that. So yeah, that last picture of those beautiful, from different ethnies, models standing with those.
I can't wait to see the stills.
Incredible, yeah.
Those stills are going to
Those incredible colors was just something that we will be seeing a lot, but something that will stay in our memory. So thank you very much. Thank you, Cartel, once again for this beautiful furniture. And thank you, panel. And please do not forget to go back and watch the whole panel. Bye-bye.